So it just happened recently, actually. It was a house in Glen Burnie that they had their basement bathroom finished recently. And whoever the contractor was put the sewer pump in and piped it to the outside of the house. So as they were using the bathroom, the plumbing was actually discharging outside of the house.
Hello, Mr. Chris. I'm glad you stopped by and share some of your wisdom today.
How are you today, Bob?
I'm doing fantastic. So, question for you. A serious question. I've been thinking about this since you told me a couple weeks ago that you wanted to come back and be on the Bob Carr Show and share some of your wisdom. So, a serious question. In the plumbing industry, where are you guys finding young talent that you can train?
Most of it is word of mouth, friends of friends, or at the Votex, younger.
So the Votex schools?
Yes.
Are Votex schools around after the pandemic?
They are.
Okay.
Yeah, they're still around. There's less younger people getting into the trades, but there are still young people that are interested.
Now, why do you think that? Young guys don't want to get in the trade. Afraid to get their hands dirty?
I don't know if it's afraid to get their hands dirty or if there's a bad connotation around construction and this type of industry. I think that in school they're drilled that they need to go to college and that's the only way they can be successful.
Hold on a minute. I'm going to pick on you a second.
Okay.
But pick on you in a good way. You went and got a business degree.
I did.
Okay. I mean, obviously you grew up in the business. For our viewers who don't know this, your dad's very successful and now you're kind of running the business.
Right.
Okay. So a question would be, why did you go to college if you already knew you were going to be in a successful business? What drove you to go to college and get the business degree on top of it? You just didn't go and just go. You went and got your degree.
When I got the business degree so that we can take this company to the next level and, have that side of it, Greg obviously started with plumbing and that's what he does well. But we wanted to have both aspects of it since it is a partnership at this point.
Okay.
And to truly make sure that this is what I wanted to do.
Okay. Interesting, because that was a lot of years you put in.
It was 4 years
to get in. Oh, I thought you went for 8.
No, I got done in 4.
Well, no, I didn't mean that, but I thought you went to. No, I wasn't implying that. Now, come on. But okay, so you got 4 years in, got your business degree.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you seen that helping you in the business?
I am. So you have a background of when you deal with the insurance companies or at the end of the year when you're filing your taxes, you have an understanding of what goes into that and what information they're going to need. So that way you don't just have to rely on, your accountant or your insurance agent.
So you know already what you need to be giving them.
Yes.
And why.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, how did your dad take all that? You coming in with this business degree, and he started with his hands only and very successful. Does he ever resent that, or what does he say to you privately?
No, he's fine with it. I think he enjoys that. He can see that we can work together, and I still learn things from him every day, whether it's on the business side or the actual plumbing side too. So he's learned a lot in the years, and he's been successful. So I've tried to, learn all that I can.
I got you. So what do you see this winter? What's the latest thing or the biggest thing that you guys been doing repairs this winter?
This winter, we've seen a lot of water heaters that we've been replacing. That's just homes are getting older. Mm-hmm. The other thing is people are starting to do more renovations now. I think now that we're past the pandemic, everything picked up. At first people didn't want you in their homes. They weren't sure what the pandemic was, what COVID entailed. So now we're doing more renovations, more new construction. Things are starting to pick back up. Supply chains starting to, recover. We do from time to time see issues still getting different products, but it's picked back up for what it was.
So it's easier to get products?
It is, yes.
Okay. I guess parts at one time were scarce to get?
They were.
Repair. Yeah. I gotcha. So what's new? What else is new that you want to tell all the folks in the audience today? What's new as you're saying new, something new to you in the plumbing business or trade or service?
Most things on the plumbing side don't change, right? You have faucets, you have water heaters, you have tubs. It's just they change the technology over the years. You're starting to see a little bit of that now. Most manufacturers try to stick to the basics as much as possible. There's not a ton of new technology. The most new technology would be tankless water heaters. You're starting to see them in residential homes more and more.
Are you?
Yeah.
Now, is there a lot of repair work in that, or is that more of a install, and then when they don't work, you throw the whole unit away, or can that be repaired?
It can be repaired. There's maintenance that should be done on them also.
Just like anything?
Just like anything. Any type of plumbing in your house has maintenance that's required.
Now, how much of that you think people actually do? Pick on somebody like me. Do we typically wait until it breaks and then we call in a panic?
That's what you do. You said to pick on you. We've never serviced anything at your house. We just replace it when it's broken.
But don't you think I'm like typical homeowner or no?
Yeah, most homeowners don't do the service that's recommended or required, and mostly because they don't know.
Why do you think we do that? I mean, interrupt you, but why do you think we do that?
Because they don't know.
So it's more someone like me when it comes to the plumbing fixtures in my house, I'm ignorant about it. It's not that I wouldn't call you or a reputable plumbing company.
Right.
You guys are, and obviously I would call you, but it's because I don't know. So how can you educate more people about that?
Well, it's all about education, and that's on the manufacturer side along with the installers, right? So when you install a product in someone's home, you have to make sure they understand what type of services need to be done on it yearly, semi-yearly. It just depends on what the product is, but it's all about education.
So that's a good income stream for you guys. If you went to every house that you'd ever worked at for a builder, let's say for Coke Homes, which we both know, both of us have done a lot of work, especially you guys on all the homes over the years. If you guys just did the service work on those homes alone, all the plumbing fixtures, anything plumbing related to each one of those homes you did over the years, and just in that one builder, you could keep 4, 5, 6 guys busy probably year round, couldn't you?
Absolutely.
There's always service work.
There is.
Chris, tell me the most effed up job that you were involved with on a Friday afternoon that you got involved with and you had to have it done that night. Come on, tell us.
So it just happened recently, actually. It was a house in Glen Burnie that they had their basement bathroom finished recently. And whoever the contractor was put the sewer pump in and piped it to the outside of the house. So as they were using the bathroom, the plumbing was actually discharging outside of the house. So it wasn't tied into the existing plumbing in the house. So the pump failed. There was sewage on the ground in the mechanical room. And then once we got into it and started, fixing the pump, then we realized where it was truly running. So everything had to be rerouted and brought up to code. But it was just a mess because there was nowhere for it to pump once we fixed the pump.
So why would another contractor do that?
It's hard to say whether they didn't know how it worked, or they were trying to take the easy way out.
So that was a messy job.
It was, inside and out.
Wow. You went home that night shaking your head, I bet.
It just, you see it a lot. You look and you're just shocked at what's done in these people's homes.
I got you.
And, the homeowners trust the contractor they're hiring to do the right job, and unfortunately it doesn't always happen.
And I bet you that contractor got paid everything he wanted.
I'm sure.
Paid in full, and then and then you probably heard grief about what you got to charge to fix it correctly.
Right, and the other contractor probably can't be reached now.
That happens a lot in all our trades.
Unfortunately, it doesn't. It gives everyone a bad name.
Chris, I appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Spending some time with us today and enlightening us with your wisdom, as always. And this wraps up another episode of the Bob Carr Show, and we'll see you next week with a new episode.